So the topic is about nervous system. So the subtopics covered in this lesson are types of nerves: sensory, motor, mixed. These three types of nerves to be studied: cranial and spinal nerves. So definition and their number are to be learned. Structure of a motor neuron. So these are the words going to be learned. Some of the words are learned through their functions and some are through their definition. And another important topic, central nervous system. Abbreviation of central nervous system, CNS, in detail with its parts and their functions. And reflex action, definition and basic terms used to describe reflex actions. What are those reflex actions? So reflex actions include stimulus, response, impulse, receptor, effector. And we can understand common examples of reflex action. Okay. Now let us start. Coordination. This is the word coordination. Coordination means what? So if we try to understand coordination in biology widely, here, let us recall the past life processes we learned: digestion, respiration, excretion. So these are the main life processes going on in our body. So without gap, so without taking any rest, they do their action, they do their function continuously. Digestion means intake of food and digestion of the food material and obtaining energy from the food material. Respiration, breathing in oxygen, exhalation of carbon dioxide outside. Excretion, elimination of wastes. These three are very important life processes going on in our body. Right? These processes do not function independently. What is meant by independence? Independency of anything. Yes, but these three life processes mentioned here are not independent on their functions, regarding their functions. They depend on something, but they are interrelated. What is meant by interrelation? When digestion occurs, food material is digested. Those digestive juices enter the cells or tissues. Those digestive material, for example, glucose will be burnt in the cells with the help of oxygen that we respire by the process of respiration. And after completion of respiration or digestion, some wastages are generated in the body. Those wastages are eliminated through excretion. So that's why we have to understand these life processes are interrelated. They also depend upon the general needs of the body. What are those general needs? The interlinking of these activities of a living being as per the needs of the body, internally or externally, is called coordination. This is very, very important. The interlinking of these activities. What is meant by these activities? Life processes. Interlinking of life processes of a living being as per the needs of the body, internally or externally, is called coordination. We need something from outside sources. We need many more things within the body. So internally, externally, body obtains something through these life processes. So it is explained as coordination. Suppose while eating food material, saliva is secreted in the mouth and the food is passed through the food pipe into stomach. From stomach, food enters alimentary canal. While digesting the food in the alimentary canal, so digestive juices are generated. They are transported into the cells of the entire body through circulatory system. When food material are burnt through respiration, wastages are generated. So that is, those interlinkings depend on something. Suppose glucose is burnt with the help of oxygen. Oxygen is obtained from outside, and some other biochemical substances present in the body help in burning of the glucose material to generate energy. Internal need. So that's what the writer is giving an accurate definition of coordination. Once again, let me repeat that. Interlinking of life processes. Interlinking of life processes. Here it is mentioned as these activities of a living being as per the needs of the body internally or externally is called coordination. Say, repeat once again. Read the interlinking of, don't say these activities, interlinking of life processes of a living being. Come on, continue. The needs of the body internally or externally is called coordination. There are two types of coordination: nervous coordination and chemical coordination. Coordination through biochemical messengers, biochemical substances. Coordination through nervous system. Two types of coordinations are done or seen in the living organisms, especially higher animals, okay, multicellular organisms. Now let us start. Nervous coordination. You have to remember the meaning of coordination, interlinking of the life processes, depending on external sources as well as internal sources, based on the needs, based on their need. Okay, it is called coordination. So, nervous coordination. This coordination is brought about by the nervous system. It consists of the brain, spinal cord, nerves, and the sense organs. So, nervous coordination is brought about by nervous system. It is explained as nervous system. Nervous coordination is explained as nervous system. When our eyes send information to the brain responds and tells to do some action to the eyes. Then at the same time, brain sends information to the arms, that is hands, to get the message, and they are raised. The hands hold the plate in which the food is kept. The fingers pick up the food and push it into the mouth. The food goes down through the alimentary canal and after a series of processes in the body reaches the bloodstream to fulfill the requirements that had arisen when you felt hungry. So these lines explain us digestion within the body after intake of food through the hands, signals given by the brain. That's what we have to understand. Here, eyes are the sense organs. Sense organs help the man to give work to the hands to hold the plate and to start the eating food material. That is the thing that nervous system helps us in our daily life. One of the examples given here. So one more example. If someone suddenly happens to come in front of a running car, the driver instantaneously applies the brakes. So this is a very funny example that we come across in our day-to-day life. While traveling by car or bus, driver immediately applies the brakes when he finds something coming opposite towards him. That's what we have to understand. So in this situation, in a fraction of a second, the eyes switch and the message goes to the brain as well as an order is sent to the leg muscles to press the brakes. Here, this is somewhat wonderful secrecy lies in these lines. What is that wonderful secrecy? Without taking any gap, spontaneously, there is a spontaneity. Within a fraction of a second, how it happens, how driver applies the brake, how driver controls the vehicle by preventing hitting of the person or car. This is very, very important. Okay, so examples are given here how nervous system influences in 2 3 ways. And next, chemical coordination. First topic helps us to know the basic idea on nervous coordination. What is the other name of nervous coordination? Nervous system. Nervous system consists of brain, spinal cord, nerves, and sense organs. Those are the parts or components of nervous system. But here the components of chemical coordination. This coordination is brought about through chemical messengers. As we mentioned earlier, here chemical messengers which are called hormones. Hormones are the chemical messengers. The meaning lies in this word hormones. Harmony, coordination, cooperation, cooperating each other. Harmony, hormones. An example of this category is given below. In an emergency situation, if you are suddenly attacked by a bull in the street, you try to run away from it. In such a situation, certain chemicals, that is, hormones, are released into the blood to provide you extra energy and strength to run. This is very funny example. When you find a wall lizard in the house, immediately you will try to jump away from it. And when you find any other creature, unknown creature, that coming close to you, immediately you start run away from it. So to do such an activity, some chemical substances are generated in the body. Those chemical substances are called, which are otherwise called chemical messengers. So they are explained as
chemical
coordination. Okay, now let us see the functions of nervous system. The nervous system in our body performs the following major functions. First one, keeps us informed about outside world through the 5 sense organs. To walk, to see the accurate working of 5 sense organs, this nervous system influences, leads in an accurate way, in an attentive way. Nervous system leads working of sense organs: eyes, ears, nose, tongue, skin. Those 5 sense organs are showing their activity through nervous system. Next one, nervous system enables us to remember, think and reason. So remember the things, think about something and give reasons extrapolatively, give reasons in an accurate way, correct way. And the nervous system controls and harmonizes. I told you already, harmonizes together, keeping together. Harmonizes all voluntary muscular activities, voluntary, through our will and wish, through our idea. When you get idea to do something, your muscular activities come and take their initiative step. Example, running, or even holding this book in your hand while you are reading it. While reading the book, you hold this book into your hands. So muscular activity, that is controlled by nervous system. Okay, one more important point. It regulates involuntary activities such as breathing or the beating of the heart without our thinking about them. Beating of the heart, breathing of lungs. So continuous processes. If beating of heart stops, the person will die. If respiration stops or breathing stops, so in such a condition, person will die. So these are the 4 important points which are influenced by nervous system. Okay, structural and functional unit of nervous system, the neuron. Next topic. So our lesson is explained through basic information, not in detail, but every word is remembered correctly, perfectly. Let us see what is the structural and functional unit of nervous system, the neuron. The structural and functional unit of nervous system is the neuron. The nervous system is made up of special cells called nerve cells or neurons. So here is the definition of neuron. It is otherwise called nerve cell. What is the definition of nerve cell or neurons? The structural and functional unit of nervous system is called neuron. Okay? Or nerve cells. A neuron is made up of two main parts. Here is the picture. See the picture of neuron. Okay? Two main parts of the neuron. First part is cyton. It is otherwise called cell body. Second part is called axon. Okay? Axon. Two parts are seen in the structure of the neuron, which is the structural and functional unit of nervous system. Okay, cyton and axon. Okay, let us see the cyton structure. The cell body, otherwise called cyton. Cyton has another name. What is its name?
Cell body.
It has a nucleus. Prominent nucleus is seen in cell body. Okay, and the dendrites are cytoplasmic extensions. What is meant by cytoplasmic extensions? These finger-like structures contain cytoplasm, as we see in the inner part of the cell. Cytoplasmic extensions are explained as dendrites. From the cell body arises one long process called axon. So you see here the long extended part, which is explained as axon. Okay, this axon is very, very important. The end of the axon terminates in a number of branched filaments. No, branched filament, 1, 2, 3, 4 branches. Branched filaments are given here. These are called terminal branches. So cyton is continued as axon. Axon, its terminal part comprises with terminal branches. These are the filamentous structures, thread-like, filamentous-like structures. This is about the structure of neuron. See, neuron is divided into how many parts?
2 parts.
What is the first one?
Cyton.
Cyton is otherwise called?
Cell body.
Cell. Next, second part of the neuron?
Axon.
Axon. Here, a cyton has prominent nucleus. Its finger-like projections or cytoplasmic extensions are called dendrites. So cyton is extended as a long thread-like structure, which is explained as axon. Axon ends with the terminals called terminal branches. These are filamentous-like structures. Here, let us find other important parts of the axon. Axon has node of Ranvier. There is some gap in between the part of the all along the length of the entire axon. This gap or nodal structure is called node of Ranvier. Ranvier was, I think, this is a scientist, scientist who discovered the function of this nodal region. And internode, nodal region, internode. The gap between two nodes is called internode. And the axon is enclosed in a sheath, cover-like structure, which is called a myelin sheath. Myelin sheath is fatty layer, which is white in color. One more thing I should tell you, the cyton part is gray in color. The axon is white in color. Remember perfectly. Okay, so this is a nerve cell or a neuron.